Ooh, Morocco, Spain tomorrow, which could be an interesting tie. Spain, as you would expect, favourites 4-1 on though. Seems rather long considering Morocco 3-1. They've impressed us so far. Let's get some analysis from a Spanish point of view, because I think Nedim's already been kicked out alongside Gab Marcotti now. Gemma Soler is there to look ahead to the tie. We just give this graphic up, I believe, when we just set up Gemma.
Oh.
Is she there?
Okay. Are we hoping she's there?
No, no.
No!
Oh, Ali, great. Ali, how do you think this game's going to go?
No, Gemma's here.
Hey,
Gemma's here.
There's Gemma.
Gemma's here.
Hola.
Hola,
hello.
Gemma. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Qué tal todo en el Mundial de Copa?
Oh, and la Copa Mundial.
Oh, I knew I should have just
Dan.
set up.
Come on, Dan.
Oh, That's
Come on,
Spanish. Well, it's going well so far. We are missing you so much as always. But today I feel a little bit nervous because Spain tomorrow has a very tough game, and you don't know what is walking this waterfront and ordering a coffee or food or whatever. When everyone asks you where you're from, Spain, we're gonna kick you out because absolutely everyone here, Qatar, Iran, Saudi Arabia, all the Middle East, Africans and Asians are now going with Morocco.
And Morocco, a team that have grown into this tournament.
Yes, they have, and they present some real issues for Spain. The transition of Morocco can be very quick at times, and Spain struggles in those transitions defensively. Morocco has also proven that they have defended very well. And what we saw from Spain in the game against Japan is when somebody puts numbers behind the ball, they find difficulties in terms of creating opportunities. And even when they create those opportunities, they haven't been able, outside of the game against Costa Rica, they haven't been able to put those chances away. You imagine that the chances are not going to be all that many against Morocco. And so where does Spain create those opportunities? And when they do create those opportunities, who's putting the chance away? Which was a question that we had coming into the tournament and was sort of put to the side after the Costa Rica game and say, hey, well, if this team can score 7 goals against Costa Rica, they can score goals. But can they? Will they? Those are big questions for Spain going into this match against Morocco.
Yeah, obviously the start against Costa Rica, perfect. But then we have seen weaknesses in this Spanish side, Gemma. Back at home, what are the big criticism towards Spain and what we've seen in those last 2 matches?
Probably it's the lack of efficiency in both areas, especially the final third. There is quite a lot of criticism regarding Morata, Ferran Torres as well, and that lack of creating clear opportunities. And when they have, as Ali was mentioning, when you're going to have few chances in knockout stages of the World Cup, so you really have to be efficient there. And also with the goalkeeper, there are concerns that have always been in the last seasons with Unai Simon, and once again, especially in that defeat. So there are concerns because when you concede 2 goals in 10 minutes against Japan, of course, I think you have to be a little bit worried.
How do you see this game going, Gab?
I mean, I think it's the kind of thing with Luis Enrique. I don't understand what he does. I just know that it's brilliant. I feel like he's some kind of genius that I don't fully understand. And sometimes he's a little too clever. I mean, what we saw against Japan, that was a self-destruction, in my opinion. When he doesn't start Morata, when you've got people who can hit a through ball like Gavi and Pedri, that seems strange to me because he gives you that verticality. I think in a game like this, there's going to be a lot of emotion out there. You've got players like Achraf Hakimi who, are essentially Spanish, coming up against guys that he grew up with. So I think there's a lot of elements to it. I wouldn't be so sure that Morocco's simply going to sit and play on the counter. I think they have players like Boufal, like Ziyech, who can certainly go and create something out of nothing. And in fact, I don't think it would be right for them to sit when you've got people like Mazraoui and Achraf Hakimi who are so devastating going forward.
What's your pick then, Gab?
I have to go with Spain, but man, it's not a strong yes on Spain from me.
Gab says definitely Spain. Ali?
Not nearly as definite as Gab, but I'm going to take Spain as well. And I'm expecting a big performance from my favorite player, Pedri. That's my guy.
Yep.
And I have to find from him, much like the Barcelona fans want to find from him, consistency being a threat in the final third. Because if you're not going to create chances with whomever plays through the middle, those chances are going to have to be created by the guys underneath. And Pedri has to be part of that story. He has to be a player and a threat inside the 18-yard box. Maybe he's a trailing runner, maybe he finishes a chance, and maybe that's all Spain needs. I'm going to take Spain.
Gemma?
I have to take Spain, of course. As I was mentioning, I have a lot of concerns. Pedri was the main actor earlier today in the press conference. He's well aware that he will be much more studied than, for example, the last Euros, and that half of the team of Morocco, as Gabs was mentioning, they were born in Europe, and a lot of them, a lot of the key players are born in Spanish football academies, so they know them very well. And I'm concerned as well because in that game against Croatia, they suffocated so much. The very nice midfield of Croatia, that Modric, Brozovic, Kovacic, they were able to take the oxygen out of them. So I think they will try to do the same with favorite Ale's player Pedri. My favorite, I have to say, is Gavi. I think if Spain are able to do their game, and their game is Luis Enrique's idea. For me, Spain is probably the most created by a manager team in this whole tournament. If they are able to play something similar to what they want, they will win, definitely. Otherwise, if it's a very dog-face game, can I say, a cara de perro? It's what we say in Spain. If it's a dog-face game, then I see it's hardly they can get a result.
Scrappy. Scrappy.
It's not dog face?
No, but I like dog face.
Oh,
I think that's good. I could have translated that, no problem, don't worry.
You had it.
Gemma, what happens then when Spain lose tomorrow? Do you go home straight away with them?
What?
No, I have my ticket for the 20, so we are going to stay. Not because only Spain will go through, but also because we have 2 days of rest days soon, and I've been told there are good karaoke's here in Doha.
Yes.
So we have to try them with all the
Oh,
crew,
goodness me. Let's hope your Doha voice is better than your Barcelona voice, Gemma.
I'm sorry, what?
Of course. Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.